Hey guys, what's up? As we've been doing every week during the preseason, we're going to take a look at every Jordan Love dropback. This week we've got 18 of them. That's a lot. We're going to try to get through these relatively quickly, as we tend to do. I'll try to do just kind of look at the play quick. We'll run through it once, kind of get our bearings, and then we're going to just go through and we'll talk about the whole thing. So here we go. Got my stuff up here, as I usually do. 3rd and 3, 5-yard gain. My concept here, which won't always tie to what he ends up throwing, but that's just kind of my kind of how I've got this tag to kind of wrap around my brain what the reads are. Is going to be a 2-man stick on this side. So let's get to it. We're going to have Jordan Love in shotgun, trips to this side. He's going to throw incomplete to Jaden Reed, or he's actually going to run. He's not throwing incomplete here. It's a 5-yard gain. He couldn't throw incomplete if he wanted to. A little bit of trickery from the Seahawks here. He's looking to hit Jaden Reed there. It's not there, so he's going to duck out to this backside, pick up 5 yards, and the first down. What do we got? So what they're going to look to do, something that we're going to see a lot from the Packers. We have seen a lot. They'll clear out, they'll 2-man out route here, and then over here you're going to have a couple check releases. So not really like a real concept. It's going to kind of check this, release on the backside. You got this 3-by-1 set here with a running back here. So what they're going to look to do, you got to clear out here. Typically, what it looks like he's doing, looks like almost a predetermined read pre-snap. He's looking to hit read because, as we'll see from the other angle, this guy here, I'm going to actually run this forward a second, is playing inside. He's playing inside. And so to Love, that looks like, all right, we're going to have to clear out. We're going to have that man here, which means that man's going to run there. Check that, obviously. We got that guy here, which means that this guy's gone, and the safety's back here, and this guy's on Reed's inside hip. This is going to be an easy completion at the sticks, first down. Right at the snap, he jumps over. So now, instead of inside, you've got straight up. At the top of the break, he's mugging him a little bit. He's going to hit him a little bit. One thing on this, I'll say, you could see him if he wants to read that out. You can see it ripping to Watson, but it's also a 3-man drop. You don't really have a whole lot of time. You don't want to turn into a 5-man drop. That suddenly puts him too close to the boundary there. So a little bit of trickery from the Seahawks there. I thought I had him. I don't have him. I don't want to throw that. I moved back over, but I don't really love any of this here. Again, not really a true concept over here. He just kind of running around a little bit, and there he goes. He's going to take off running, pick up the first down. You like that he pulled it. Once it wasn't there, you didn't try to force this in. And we'll see. I think it's going to be this linebacker here. He's going to drop off. It looks like he's mugging. All right, I'm straight up over. Now I'm going to back inside. Am I rushing or not? So Love is going to look see how much space is there. I was going to say he's in the inside shoulder. He's playing a full man inside there. And so he's going to, Reed says, all right, tap his helmet. I got this. Jumps back over. Hits him at the top. Love moves off. So I don't hate that he moved off of it. Again, if you're looking to read that a little bit, you could say you go Watson and then you read back to Reed. But based on what he saw there with that pre-snap look, you could see why he wanted to throw to Reed. It wasn't there. Pulled it down. You get what you can. I don't really hate that. So second drop back, we're going to have this 2-man. Nope, sorry. Yeah, that's it. All right, we're on this one now. Sorry. It's going to be strike. He's going to try to hit a second window throw to Watson. There's Watson. And try to hit to him over here. It's not going to work. I mean, it's I think a good rep overall. And we'll see him kind of buying time, looking to Watson. I say this is strike, or however you want to call it, drift, PA, bang, dig, whatever you want to call it. You get this clear out here. You get a fake to that side. You want to draw the linebackers up. And you want to create space in the middle, and then you attack that space with that dig. It's one I've talked about 1,000 times. We don't need to dwell on this. This guy here is going to be the fly in the ointment. He's going to be playing a little robot, which is roll over and back. So what you saw from a lot of teams, they're saying can, see they put their hands to their ears, we're canning it, whatever the look was. We're going to the second play. We're canning that first one. We're going to the second one. Everyone acknowledges. You got... You see everyone put their hands to their ears. Probably spending too much time here, but I got it. Everyone's got their hands up to their ears. All right, we're going to the next one. Now you've got this play action fake. And right here, robot, roll over and back. What offenses did for a while, and they're still trying to do, are they kill teams with play action. And what you're trying to do with play action is exactly what we showed already. Pull these guys up. attack the middle. Well, defenses got tired of that, and so instead of, say, backpedaling into the space, they realize what a lot of offenses are trying to do is when you pull those guys up, run a crossers behind you. So instead of slow playing and backpedaling, you say, all right, if it's not the run, I'm turning my back and I'm looking with my eyes to find that crosser. So nice little technique there from the Seahawks. He's looking to throw this, but he's looking to throw to Watson. Wants to hit him, but you got that guy there. I want to hit him there. So instead, Love's going to kind of step up, buy a little time, try to hit him in the second window. He's not looking to run. This is not what he's not pulling it. This is not panicking, trying to run. He's stepping up, resetting his feet, getting himself in a better position to throw this ball. Just ends up incomplete to Watson. Again, and then this Seahawks end up drawing a penalty here because this man here decides to get up and mock the belt. My brother, he's not even here anymore. Not even here anymore. It wasn't a good idea when he was here. He's not even here anymore. So we'll see him. Robot technique there. Guy's back turn. He's looking. There's maybe a window, but that's a small one there. It's kind of out of the break. He's looking to drive on it. He's kind of muddying stuff up. So Love. You get that little, everything's kind of walled off. He's going to kind of step up, reset his feet, and then look to fire over there. I don't hate the decision. I mean, even he rips this sucker. Watson goes up, hands on it. That guy comes in, knocks it away. Nice play defensively on that to make a drive on that and throw that away. I mean, this is one that if you want to nitpick on, I mean, this is a Love thing. Throw it a little bit more there so you come back to it. Have Watson attack it a little bit more based on where it is. There's not a whole lot you can do. You can say you can come back to the ball a little bit. But listen, hands away from his body. Big body. I don't hate that. I like the decision from Love. Good throw. Just good defense. We're going to have a little smash look here. I think this is going to be a run. You're going to have a little fake release look over here, which I always enjoy. He's trying to hit the post on this, and we'll get into this in a minute. He doesn't like it eventually, and so he kind of comes off of it. So what they're running, usually with this little like smash, and they're running like a little out there. You're trying to tie up that guy, and you run this kind of big corner right over the top. It's kind of this lazy dig right there, and so the spacing's all weird. So it looks like he's trying to hit that. Now you've got the other thing. You got too high coverage, and you are running big old post right there, just splitting those guys in the middle. It's going to influence this guy. This guy here, this safety, is going to kind of come down, opening a really nice window right there for your big post. The problem here, and Love's looking at it, this decision making, Love's looking at it, he does not have time to throw it. You got a rusher in his face by the time he's looking to throw this. Like, he's setting a throw. This isn't really developed. It looks the spacing's a little weird. He doesn't like it. He's got that back foot planted. I don't like it. I'm moving on. He comes back. He's getting ready to break. As he's getting ready to break, when he breaks on the post, you've got this guy on the outside. This guy breaking down. I mean, that's what you want. So he sees it. I'm going to throw this. However, right there, and you can see him bailing. And we'll look at it from the other angle. This is Rasheed Walker gets beat with a little inside move. Doesn't have time. So instead he just kind of bails, takes what they give him, run it for the first down, use those legs. So again, we're going to watch his head right there. We're going to watch his head and his feet. He's going to drop back, set the throw. He doesn't like it. That head immediately comes back. Really nice movement there. Immediately comes back. You can see that's the post there. He's kind of getting that. He's going to veer out. I think the very next step he's going to plant and then cut on the post. But the problem is, again, right here. Watch that move. He kind of hits the inside, swims back to the inside. Walker's out of position. Rasheed Walker's had a really nice preseason, gets beat here. Love has to bail as he's getting ready to rip that. Kind of a shame, because I do think that if Rasheed Walker doesn't get beat there, he is looking. He's getting ready to throw that post. Maybe everyone feels a bit differently about this game. I don't know how people feel about this game, I guess, but I think if he hits that big throw, I think the feelings are very, very good. Unfortunately, did not have time to throw it, but he was looking there. So again, the decision making I think on that is good. We're gonna have slants here, going to be incomplete. he goes to the ISO on the outside. So we'll spend a little bit of time, I guess, because this will come up later. I think on the very next play, got this follow slant play. You're reading kind of inside out. So you're saying if I've got the first guy, I'm going to throw to him. If not, I'm going to throw it to the back because you're kind of reading this guy here maybe. So if he kind of comes with the slant, that means I've got room on the back. I've cleared space for him. If he falls back or stays in place, I throw the lead. The other thing here on this specific play, you got Heath one-on-one. It's kind of walled off there. You got a safety deep. You got Heath running a quick out on 1st and 10. That's Love saying, I like my guy. I think he's going to win. I'm going to go ahead and just take that. I'm not looking concept at all. I'm just going to go ahead and take my one-on-one, as is his right. Throw goes wide. So I don't know if this is one Heath does a little bit at the beginning. He kind of comes off, does a little split release, pushes. Well, I don't know if he expects that a little cleaner release, just kind of hit that backside shoulder and then hit out. I don't know if he expects this a little shallower. Either way, whether it's love, whether it's timing, throw ends up wide. Again, I don't mind the decision. It's the one-on-ones. I kind of always have a hard time judging a bit just because it does ultimately come down to how do you feel about that matchup, and that's the quarterback's thing. That's press against Malik Heath. He likes that, apparently. I'm going to go ahead and take this. I don't really hate that because if you like your matchup and you want to give your guy a chance, go ahead and give your guy a chance. So don't hate it. Throws just a little wide, whether that's accuracy or timing. I'm not really sure. We go 3rd and 11. We got slants again. I think we're going to be mirrored slants this time a little bit. Throws just a little late. So we're going to have kind of, not late, I guess. It's just the guy's driving on it. And his veer up there. So you got this kind of mirrored slants. You're going to have a check down option to Taylor in the middle. He's going to throw. Love's going to throw the outside guy. And usually when you do that, you're looking at that inside guy. Does he break on the slant? So on the mirrored concepts too, what you're looking at is, what do I like pre-snap? What side do I like a little better? Because all things being equal, both sides are roughly the same. You got both sides. This is bending a little more vertically, but it's the same kind of follow concept on either side. So what side do I like better? And then I will just read out that concept. So once he decides he likes his better, the matchup, whether it's receivers, whether it's defenders, the spacing, whatever it is that he likes, and this guy's kind of set in the middle, maybe he thinks that's going to tie that down, maybe he's leaning a little bit this way. I'm going to take this side. This entire side's out. Check down is still in the picture, but he doesn't like this side's out. So then it becomes, I'm going to read this concept. I'm looking at this guy here. If he runs with a slant, I've got this guy. As it so happens, that guy runs with a slant. There you go. On the inside, that back foot hits. I'm throwing this. This guy's driving on it, though. So he's going to throw this. Puts it on him. Defender gets there a little early, but it just, I mean, that's a tough catch to come up with. Even if he doesn't get there early, he's driving. He's going to hit him as soon as he gets there. Maybe he got a chance to secure it. The one thing I'll say about this, check down's open. So if he does not like this, if he gets to the top of that drop, and he obviously says he's going to let it fly, which you do. Well, this is not just a love thing. I see how it opens. I'm going to let it fly. I've got to fit this in that window. I'm going to throw this. If he doesn't do that, you can kind of come back to the middle and get that check down. So not really a decision-making thing. I think ultimately it's fine. It's just that guy was looking for it. So maybe something to tuck away in your brain. If they get a little aggressive, maybe hit him with a little double move if they're looking a little aggressive on you. But I don't hate the throw. And that's one maybe you can put it out a little bit more in front of him. But overall, I don't know that I have a major issue with that. It's just that's a good defensive play there by the Seahawks. Well-coached defensive team. Throw that in there. Just gets knocked away. Taylor almost comes up with it. He kind of makes a diving attempt in the middle there. Just can't quite get there. It's going to be dragging. This is a weird one. It's going to be complete to Malik Heath roughly there. A little slant flat. Something we've seen a lot in Green Bay. Something we're going to continue to see a lot in Green Bay. Malik Heath goes down. Makes a really nice catch. The throw is low. And so, again, this is one I'd say I don't know what to make of it. I think I do. It's just a low throw. Slant flat. You're reading this guy here. You're waiting for him to clear that window. He's running to the flat. When he clears the flat, throw the slant. Now the one bit of weirdness here, you usually see that kind of over like that. This guy's going to kind of be in the way, and so he's going to cut under. Now originally I thought it's a spacing thing. Love's throwing with anticipation. He hits that back foot before the break is there, and he expects him to go over, which if that's the case, it's just he throws that ball in the dirt. So I think he is expecting this. Again, he hits that back foot when he's cutting here, And since that guy's in the way, there's kind of a decision to make. He's going to kind of cut underneath it, and the ball's going to be at his feet. Good decision, good read, does the exact right thing. Ball's just low. I think it's just, well, I think it is a timing thing. He just doesn't expect that guy to be in the way. If he runs this through him, I think he's got it. Instead, he kind of runs under, which, takes off a fraction of a second. And just a little low. Either way, Heath comes up with it. It is one of those, I think you would like that up a little bit. So decision's fine. Accuracy a little off. Just rip it. Comes down with it. Nice catch by Heath, who then spins a little bit, trying to pick up an extra yard. Good read. Ball could be up a little more. This is going to be the one that he throws to himself. Gets blocked down. He's going quick game. He's looking to hit this little one-man stick route, out route to the outside. This gets batted down. He runs around, tries to make something happen. Loss of 2. For a minute, I thought he had something, and then ultimately he did not. This kind of comes down. This concept is the same we saw earlier on with one man. You run a clear out, and you're running this quick out. And again, what you're seeing, and you've got this kind of slants to the other side. So you kind of read this pre-snap. What do I like? What side do I like? This is not mirrored, but it is this is a quick game concept. So I get 3 steps, and this sucker's out to which side. Well, I like this a little better because I got inside leverage here. So I'm going to take the clear out here. I'm going to hit my 3rd step, throw that. Good decision. And we'll see from the backside. Man just gets his hand up, is looking for it, and then Love catches it, runs, taken down, loss of 2. And then 73 right here is going to kind of run inside, kind of get into the chest of Myers there, and then just look up, get his big mitts on the ball. So he's going to look at Elton Jenkins. Jenkins going to pass him off. He got the inside move. Myers picks him up, hits him off, just gets his hand up. And don't hate the decision. Choose your side pre-snap. I think based on the leverage there, that's the right move. It's hard to see. He's here, but the defender's here. So if you're trying to hit an out, you've got the leverage. You've got the extreme leverage. It's just gets batted down. Fine with the decision there. So next one, 2nd and 2. Throw to the middle. You're going to have this little spin look. Normally what they'll do, kind of condense it down a little bit. This guy would be here. Run the hitch. Run the dig over the top. You're looking to pin this guy down. Throw it to the dig. That's what you're looking for. They condense it a little more here. So you run it from the inside. So it's still the same idea. You're running that hook, little pin down, and you're throwing to the middle. Something we did not see from the Packers a whole lot last year. Something we're going to see from them, I think, a lot this year. Saw it in the Eagles game last year. We've seen it multiple times, every game in the preseason. Something that it seems like they feel good about. They're going to be throwing a lot. You got pin down here. You got space in the middle. You got inside leverage. Push that. Throw it. Hit that back step. Fire that sucker in. Does a really good job. Now that safety's driving on it. We'll see him here. It's a little pinch too high look. He's driving down. Makes the spacing tight. That is something that we saw the Eagles do last season when they ran this a handful of times. By that 3rd time, they had to come up with different solutions for this because they were looking to take that away. And that's one of the things. You play too high, they drive that safety down as soon as they see that action in front of them. Defenses are good and they're looking for that. That being said, he fires it in there. Really good throw, really good timing. Hits that back foot, lets his sucker fly. Bang. There he goes. He's got it. It hits him in the hands. If I can get a good, there we go, right there. Just pops out. So ultimately, that is something I think to look out for. That they are going to have to look out for if they run that a whole lot, which I don't think they're going to run as much during the regular season as they do in preseason. They kind of distill the offense back a little bit to its most basic parts. So you see a little more simplified version of the offense. But if they run it too much, that is something you will see. You'll see one of the ways to combat that. You fire one of those safeties down in that lane, and that's something you have to account for. So just something to look out for. But ultimately, good decision, good throw. Just falls incomplete. This is going to be, I think, the only RPO I saw. I guess we can get into maybe the last one is as well. But you got 2-sided RPO on this one, which is kind of fun. And he's going to throw to Musgrave up over here on 3rd and 2. Watching the game, I was like, throw it on here, throw smoke. And they're going to bubble that out. Instead, he's going to throw to Musgrave. So you got this spread look. I was going to say single back. You got a tight end there. So you're going to have Everyone's going to, well, not him, I guess. Everyone's blocking down. Running back across the face, he's going to try his aiming point. It's going to be roughly there. Look for a cutback if it's there. You're going to have over here kind of this Hank look, this kind of hook flat, and then you're going to have a bubble there. Now the way they read RPOs, the way these pre-snap RPOs work is you're looking at numbers. So you look pre-snap, you say, I've got 2, you've got roughly 2 there. I guess they're kind of cut off. You could throw that bubble. I think if you wanted to, you're only looking for 2 yards. You're throwing that bubble, you got them in space, but they will fire down. So I think you probably didn't like that. It says 2 and 2, even if that's borderline because those guys are playing far enough off. You want a +1 in your numbers. Then over here, you've got 1, 2, 1, 2, but he's kind of in and he's playing off. And if the idea is to kind of hook flat that, then you're knocking this guy off, which means you've got +1 there. So that's what you're doing. If you don't have anything on the perimeter, if you don't have anything in your pass game, you run it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're mugging a little bit. 6-man box. You could run that if you wanted to. That is kind of a light box look, but they like this look over here with that +1. So just going to throw that. And we'll see he's going to kind of read this. Ball looking right there. You've got this guy looking in right here. Watson then kind of set up to kind of run a little rub there. Then even if he fires down on it, you only need to get to the sticks. So I like that. I'm just going to throw to Musgrave. Nicely done. Musgrave picks up 4. First down. Keep the chains moving. This is one I've got up here is mesh. This next rep. It's a weird looking mesh, man. And so this play just looks weird and broken. And so he just tries to make something happen. Tries to get read late. Ball falls incomplete. I like the look, honestly. I like what they're trying to do here. Because you've got this kind of, it looks like you're going to kind of run like this. You got kind of a mesh there. Then you usually run like a sit route over the top is usually how the Packers like to do it. Instead, you're going to kind of go here. That's going to turn to a sit. This is going to veer a little deeper. That's going to become a mesh there. Then you've got a follow from this side. So it's a fun little, the depth here is kind of a cross between mesh, which would be about here, and high cross, which would be about there. So it's a fun little middle ground. You're still using, you've got this little like sit route to kind of pin down a guy. I like the idea. It just all looks really, really clumsy. So I have a hard time on this one saying this was a good decision because it's just, I don't think this is how it's supposed to be done. And we'll see him from the other side, kind of how he's looking at everything. He's kind of looking middle. That's covered up. You don't have anything there. I think he wants to hit Watson, but it all looks so muddied. You don't have these guys here, and we'll see it in the next one. There's like 3 guys in the shot. So instead he just spins out, tries to make something happen. Reed kind of flattens out right there. I'm going to try to hit this. Ball's low. Reed can't come up with it. Again, so we'll look at it from this angle. And this is just, I think this is just not quite what they were looking to do here. Got that right there. You can see Love, see his head. Kind of run this back a little bit more. If this is going to let me do it. There we go. He's kind of looking, it looks like to Watson. I think he wants to hit Watson, but doesn't like it. Kind of comes back middle. And you can see right here, you've got 3 guys right there. You got that guy in his back. He's coming into the view over there. You have to fit it over him. He's coming over there too. This, to me, this just looks really, really clumsy. Love sees it too. I'm just going to get out of here, trying to make something happen. I've gone through my reads. I don't like it. I'm going to try to throw something. Puts it in a place where only Reed can get it. Reed just can't quite come up with it. So, again, I think the decision there is fine. In fact, I like I like what he does, where he just kind of looks and says, man, I don't like any of this. He got to kind of the read part of it, and everything starts coming up. He's like, I don't like this. This doesn't look right to me. I'm just going to bail and try to make something happen. That's not necessarily what you want all the time, obviously, but I don't know, man. You take it if it looks really messy. Now, this is a mesh that's going to look a little better. So this is going to be kind of mesh, and you're going to have the vertical stuff over here. He reads this out well. This cross in the middle, cross sit in the middle, which I like. So again, we will look. He reads this out well. They're going to run. I think it's going to be these 2 guys here. Now you're going to have normally, again, kind of a shallow dueling drag cross there. You're going to have this. He's going to come over, cross. After the cross, he's just going to sit. So usually what the Packers will do on mesh, as I kind of mentioned before, dueling drags, and you have someone kind of sit over that chaos point. So as they cross, as the defense starts widening out, you have this guy kind of sitting in between where everything kind of clears. So you now have Reed kind of becomes that guy. He becomes a crosser, but also the sitter. So you get kind of two roles out of one guy there. On the other side, you're going to be having, I think it's going to be here, kind of this vertical route and a shallow route, kind of this smash look, looking to take advantage of him. Now, usually how you read this out, you go 1, you're kind of looking this 2, and just based on him, it's all part of the same read, to 2 is how you're reading this out. And you say, if I like the vertical shot, I'm taking this. If not, I'm moving on. And so we'll see that's what Love's doing. He's got foot set. He's looking to throw. As he's looking to throw, this guy's kind of backpedaling here, and if you're going to break the corner there, at this point, if you throw this, he's not in the best position in terms of, I know I've got this. He can kind of flip around and take that. This guy here, his feet are kind of sideways, so you could fall back underneath it. He doesn't love the look. He's just going to move on, bounce back. You've got that guy there. This is taken away. He's already in his throwing motion. I'm going to throw to the back hip of Reed there, away from the defender. Just complete this. So again, really good read because he is looking vertical first. We'll see him and looking vertical. Hits that back foot. He's in a position to throw. He has feet, square shoulders. He's looking to drive this sucker out there. I don't like the coverage. Come back. This is gone. I don't like him here, but I like that right there. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw this. And it's possible he thinks Reed's going to stop a little quicker than he does, but he throws it away from him there. Reed makes a nice catch. 7 yards on 2nd and 10. Well done. This is going to be, he's going to throw ISO to the backside. So we'll talk about this concept, and we'll talk about it a little bit because this is going to come up again, but it's going to go to the ISO on this side. So they're running version of Dagger that is kind of, I call it middle read. It's kind of what I've seen it. And you've got these 2 high safeties here. So it's a 2-man concept. He's going to kind of push vertically. If it's 2-man split, if they rotate to 1-man, he's going to cut this off in front of him with the idea of creating space for the dig behind it. And the fun thing they're doing here is they're kind of marrying it with that spin concept. So you've got a couple different ways to create room. Pin this guy down here, create room here, and then the entire idea is creating space for that dig behind it is what you're doing. Now, this 1st and 10. And again, if you like your ISO matchup, because you do have a 3-on-1 look to this side, 3-on-1. I like my guy against that guy. I'm looking for yards, man. I'm looking for easy yards, and so he's just going to be running a little curl route over there. He's going to push vertically, hit the back foot, fire, 9 yards, throw it up high for Heath. I don't have a whole lot to say about that. Again, if it's ISO and you like the matchup, go ahead and take the matchup, man. So this is going to be another kind of dagger middle read as we just talked about. He's going to heave this up to Christian Watson. Got some things to say about this one, not from necessarily scheme perspective, but again, what you're looking at, and you've got if it's too high, you go that. If not, you do that. But again, ISO, you're looking at this guy basically. Is that safety? I'll put him in a different color here. What's he doing? What's he going to do post snap? Because if he's looking to cap this, that's an alert, and take a peek. If he drops over and he's capping that route, I'm just taking a quick peek over there. I know what he's doing. I know I'm likely looking at 2-man, which means that I'm coming back over here. And then I can decide whether I want to throw this vertical route or whether I want to throw the dig. At the snap, he's backpedaling. You've got these guys pinched to the middle. Flat-footed, can't go anywhere. I've got my one-on-one matchup out here with my very, very fast man. I'm just going to throw this sucker. Really nice move by Christian Watson. You see him kind of pushes out at that outside shoulder, kind of gets him to commit, and then just kind of veers back in to create separation. Really nice route, nice little subtle route, wide open, just misses him. A couple things on this. We'll look on the other side. It's not a good throw. But I can't say for sure. This is not just making excuses, I promise. Can't say for sure why it's not a good throw. It's windy. The guy in the sideline was talking about that it was very windy, kind of weird wind, a little swirling wind. So that's part of it. The other part of it that goes into it is there's an emphasis, LaFleur wanted an emphasis on Love putting some air under the ball. I don't know if that was just practice, preseason, if that carries over the regular season, whatever. So if you have a deep shot to your fast receiver in swirling wind, the best thing to do is likely you want to throw that ball a little lower. Throw that sucker on a line, cut through the wind a little bit. But if it's a point of emphasis to put air under the ball, he said, all right, I'm going to put air under the ball. Wind catches a little bit, brings it back. And I'm hypothesizing here. I don't know if that's exactly what happened, but based on the information we have, it certainly seems like a possibility. So he's going to look right here. I think that's going to be our safety we're going to look at. And kind of drops back. I've got my guy. Bang, hits that back foot. Take a gather step, unload. I mean, you can see him right here, man. If that ball's out, because I was going to say you could put it out there, but he's looking inside shoulder. Put that ball out. Most likely a touchdown. He's closing fast, but if that ball's out in front of Watson, no one's catching Watson. Ball just flutters. Now Watson gets his hands on it, but he's getting hit. He has to come back and adjust. He's not ready to do that. He thinks it's, he wants it to come right to him. He's looking to run underneath it, so he has to come back and get it. Can't quite come up with it. So again, this is one, I'm curious to see how this plays out, because on its face, you can look at this and say, that's accuracy. That's a bad deep ball, and I don't disagree that that's not a great deep ball based on what we're seeing there. But if you take into consideration some of the information we have in terms of it was windy, which again, not an excuse. That's just a fact of what's happening. And then also, LaFleur has said he wants an emphasis on more air under that deep ball. The question for me comes into, does that emphasis on the air under the deep ball, does that emphasis carry over to the regular season? Or does he say, all right, listen, we tried it. We saw what we can do. You kind of know now. You've tried this in the preseason. You've tried this in practice. You have a better feel of what works for you, when that works for you. If there's maybe a little more, I want to say freedom, because I don't think LaFleur necessarily has him on a leash, but you are free to do kind of a little more of what feels right to you in the moment. Let's not put so much an emphasis on air on the deep ball, because I do think if this is driven a little more, if there's a little less air under this ball, better chance of being complete. So that's all I have to say about that. Again, good decision. He reads the safety. He reads that safety to that side, sees he's not capping. It just goes up over the top. It's just for whatever reason, I've already said too many words about it, for whatever reason, bad throw, but a good decision. I don't really have an issue with the decision. It's me strike again, and he's going to kind of, I think he's going to break out and take this sucker with his legs. Because, again, Seahawks cover this up. And it looks like he wants to hit him in the second window, and there is room on the second window there. But, again, pressure, and so he can't really do what he wants to do. Kind of go route, dig route, fake away. I just forget what side it is. Fake away, set up kind of straight up, and then he's going to look to drive that. It's not going to be there. But, again, he doesn't panic. Straight back at that guy right there. So you don't want to throw it as soon as that back foot hits, because that guy's there. But if you wait, you can hit him, over there, which I think is what he's trying to do. Set up, wait. He's got to clear this guy. He's getting ready to throw. We'll see this from the other angle. He's getting ready to throw, because you can layer it over. I mean, you've got this guy coming down here, you got these guys falling back, but you do have space to hit that, and he is going to. But you see that guy coming in his face. 23 kind of causes some havoc, and he just takes off running. Again, take what you can get. I like what he did here. I like what Love did here ultimately, because again, you've got the play fake. Look at 23 here is the one going to kind of cause the mess. He gets inside of Musgrave. He gets inside of Kraft. Not great blocking up front by either of those rookies. They kind of slant in. Now it's up to Dylan. You got Rasheed Walker kind of bumping, but then he's looking back. Now it's up to Dylan to try to block both of them, which, I mean, a valiant effort, man. He certainly tries to do. Hits him, but 23 is able to shake loose. And again, he just broke off of here. He's looking to hit this somewhere over there, and you can see him. We're going to watch him right there. I mean, he's in his throwing motion. He's ready to throw this. That guy's in his face. He takes off running. If you want to have a complaint, I like the little fake pitch there, just to try to influence that guy. It doesn't do anything, but I was like, when you put a little English on it, take what they give you. 5 yards on 2nd and 8. If you want to nitpick here a little bit, again, you could say, all right, right there, throw it. I mean, the thing you would say not against it is this: if this guy hits his arm, you're looking at incomplete at best, fumble at worst. Then even if it's incomplete, you're hitting the arm and that sucker's flying up in the air and you got a linebacker right there. So I don't know that I hate the decision to just pull it down and run it. Take what you know you can do. You know your legs work. You know you can move. I'm gonna take these. I'm gonna move, pick up what I can. I don't mind it. We're gonna have, let's see, 3rd and 3. He's just gonna throw this little shallow out thing here. This little, I don't know, stick with no clear out, I guess. A little 2-man stick without clear out. That's how I would look at this. You've got this kind of vertical pushing there, and kind of veer this out. So he's going to kind of read this from the backfield. He's just going to see what they have. And you have this little kind of levels concept over here. But he never looks because he looks to the left. He likes what he has. Because you've got, this guy's playing outside shoulder, but that guy's looking to blitz and you have a safety. So he's going to kind of read this out and say, I've got +1 here. If this guy takes out this guy, I've got room in the flat. Because this guy's looking to blitz in. Safety's playing out. That's why he goes there first. You kind of have these decisions to make before. That guy comes in. Right there. He's going to go over. So they run into each other. He's going to have to go over, room to the flat, and we'll see from the other angle kind of how he reads this, how he sees this. Throw it to Patrick Taylor. I mean, nice read. Puts it where Taylor can get it. Not a lot to say about that one, but it is a nice read. He looks at this pre-snap. He likes his matchup. It's 3rd and 3. Don't get fancy. Don't do anything you don't need to do. Just get the first down, man. And so we're going to see right there to the outside, and that's the safety we're going to be looking at. So, or the linebacker, I guess, is right there. So that's kind of blocked up. Love's looking at him right there. Well, actually, we'll run it back so we see him from the beginning. So he's kind of mugging right there. Back out, back out. Love's reading him, sees him. He has to go over right there. He didn't go under. Love's already in his throwing motion, man. I know I've got this, and I've got open space. I don't need to get fancy. I don't need anything big. I just need to get the first down. Nice decision. All right. We've got 3 more here. Let's run this one. The 3rd time they've run strike today, and they finally hit it. They had the second window to Watson that fell incomplete first. They had the one to Reed 2 plays ago. We just saw that he scrambled for. But then this one is the first one he's going to hit. So same thing as always. You're going to fake the run. There you go. Pull up. Hit behind. Beautifully done. We've talked about this a bunch, so we do not need to get into this one. We'll just draw it out to show once again. Vertical. Dig. You're looking to bring these guys up. Hit the space behind them. It's exactly what they do. Bang. They're kind of falling out a little bit. Love's pulling up. Hit that back foot. Drive. You can see a nice clean throwing angle. Delivers that ball on target on time. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. So, here we go. Fake it. Pull up. I mean, listen, man. It's hard to get much cleaner than that. Just fire right through the throwing lane. You've got him. Beautifully done. Finally hit this. This is the concept we're going to be seeing a lot from the Packers. We've seen a lot from the Packers during the LaFleur era. That's not going to change anytime soon. It's always nice when they complete one. They got that. They got that in the bag. They got that down. A couple little rocky early with the way they'd played that, but they got it in that one. And they're going to run this kind of. I've got Portland up here. It's kind of a high cross look that we've seen from them, usually in the low red zone. And they're going to hit Musgrave underneath. So we're going to have. I say it's yeah. Usually in the low red zone, you'll kind of see this against a single high safety. You've got this kind of, he'll kind of go and flatten out, and then he'll take that a little deeper, and you're looking to see, okay, which way does he go? He's going to run under. This guy kind of runs underneath there. So you get the safety to run with Watson that way, and you've got inside leverage against your guy here running away from the field. We've seen that. That was the Reed touchdown. I think, no, it was not the Reed touchdown. That was a touchdown. I think it was a touchdown to Dobbs, I think, in the first preseason game. We've seen touchdowns with Watson on this last year. So this is a concept in the red zone. In the low red zone, we'll see a lot. But with a little more space here, it kind of comes out more as kind of a Portland look. We're kind of more in this dig over. But then over here, on this side, they're going to be kind of running this smash look. So we'll run this so Reed's kind of in position. So we have Reed kind of running off jet. See, there he goes, running off jet. He's going to kind of wheel up the field here, run this corner. Musgrave's going to release and run underneath. Kind of like a smash kind of look, not traditionally. But you're going to see right here, We've got Reed run up the field. Safety's taken away. This linebacker's here, who is running with Reed. Musgrave's just going to cut right on his back there. And then he's just gonna find him again. You just take what you can give you. This guy's coming down, set down. That guy's got his back turned. I'm throwing to Musgrave. It's 1st and 10. Throw to my guy in space. Pick up 11 yards. Can't really complain too much about that. So we'll watch him again. Fake it. Boot. He's got right there. And actually, now that I look at it, I say that's Portland. What this is, sorry, I'm not going to adjust this midstream. I mean, this is play action boot. You've got like a little cop route on it from Watson on the top. So what they're doing, Watson's going to hit this little. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. So it's a little different. Sorry. Usually, what you do with this concept, you got this big over route there, right? And then you're going to have usually what you do. This is really fun, actually. Should have seen this earlier. This a lot of times, sometimes you release that to the flat. You've got Musgrave on this kind of slam route there, but instead you're going to wheel this up the sideline. But you also have this copper out here. So instead of running a sail instead of this deep corner, he's going to cut back. So then the boot becomes this could be a half boot look. So he's looking now. 2-hit Watson if he can, but that's not there. Sometimes you want to hit that middle one on that play action bootleg look, but that's not there. Or it is there, but he's kind of rolled out a little bit more at this point. His vision is taken over here because he was looking at Watson initially. Sorry, this is a little messy. Looking at Watson, not there. You have this wheel route there off of that jet, which instead of settling into the flat, maybe you flew him there. You didn't, because that guy's following him and you got the safety capping. However, they were not paying attention to right there. So, all that being said, throw it to Musgrave. Well, that was a long journey to get there. I feel like that probably didn't need to be addressed right here, but I don't know, man. Here we are, I guess. All right, this is going to be a touchdown. This is one. I said this. They ran 1 RPOs, maybe 2 RPOs. This is the second one here, and I don't know. We'll talk about the whole why of it maybe later, but for now, touchdown to Watson, back shoulder fade route, and we will get into that here, and then from the end zone angle, we'll look at the blocking and why this may not be an RPO. So he's going to take over the top. Throw that. So Watson, little fade, just going to release. Let's put this a little mess here. Fade out like that. This guy is going to play it well up over the top, and so instead of fading it up, he's going to kind of throw. Love's going to throw back shoulder to him. There we go. Ball's out. He's looking at him there. Watson with the late hands, turn, touchdown. Now I say that's an RPO or an alert. Because it looks like what they're trying to do is inside zone, get some push up front. But one of the things I look at with RPO, so with RPO, the run always has to be first because you got to block for the run. If you're not blocking for the run, then if it is a run, everything's kind of blown up. And so that's kind of what you're looking for. You run block. Now the problem with a run block when you're actually throwing a pass is usually then guys right here, we'll say Josh Myers, if that's Myers, I think it is still, gonna block. Try to get to second level, or he's going to block, try to get to the second level. Once you get to that second level, you can't throw the ball anymore vertically down the field, because if you throw the ball down the field at that point, you've got an eligible man downfield because he's too far down. So that's why it has to be out quick. But that's one of the things you're looking for in an RPO, for me anyway, not just a vertical push, because you can get off play action, you can kind of vertical push, but you stay within a yard. So usually you're looking for, are there guys here looking to climb? And that to me then indicates that's a run. They're run blocking, but he's throwing, therefore RPO. There's probably too many words on that, but it's typically what I'm looking for with this stuff. But when I look at this, the only guys that really get vertical on this are 2 guys who are eligible receivers. So I don't think, and we'll look at it from the other angle again, I don't think, again, this is a small nit to pick here, but an important one, I feel like, because this is the decision from Love. He is deciding whether to run it or throw it. And he likes that one-on-one matchup, so he's throwing it. So you've got this kind of mass of bodies on the inside here. But again, no one's looking to shed and get up to the second level, really. And you can see it better from the other one. Either way, I'll say, for the sake of argument here, we'll say this is an RPO. That he has the ability to hand this off inside. So you've got this stacked box, whole lot of bodies here, or my one-on-one fade to my number 1 wide receiver. I'm going to go ahead and take that. We'll just say that's what it is. Nice throw. Good decision. First down. Packers get a touchdown. Jordan Love walks out triumphant, and we don't see me into the regular season. So, hope you all enjoyed this look again at the preseason game from Jordan Love. I think, as we've seen from him so far, I think it's about the same here. I think decision making was very good. Accuracy is a little spotty at times. I think he settled in, but the thing I really like about him, he doesn't seem to panic. Even early when he was running a bit more than we've seen him do, it was never panicked. He was always, if he could, he was looking to hit something else. He was always looking downfield. He ran when he needed to. He ran when there was freedom, but it wasn't first read's not there, I'm gunning. No, he's reading it out. He's doing exactly what he needs to do. It's just, can he get that accuracy under control? And again, the deep shot to Watson, I don't know if that was the wind or what, but there's certainly accuracy issues elsewhere as well. But I think for the process, as far as his reads, how he's seeing the field, I have very little complaints so far through the preseason. So I'm looking forward to see what happens when he's playing every single snap, every single game. Defense is reacting. I'm looking forward to see what LaFleur does with this offense, because I do think there are certain things in it. I don't think it's going to be wholesale differences. There are certain things that are going to be different than there have been over the past 4 years when LaFleur's been here. So I'm excited to see what he's doing, but I think just the thing that's really impressed me about Love so far this preseason is just he seems to have a command of the offense, and it's very, very exciting. So hope you all enjoyed this. A little long, but we did have 18 dropbacks, which is more. I think one less than the previous 2 games combined, I believe. So I hope you all enjoyed this look, and I'm really looking forward to digging into the regular season. So I guess I will talk to you then.